Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Weekly Review Show. This isn't going to make sense unless you've seen the last episode. Oh my god! Oh, shit. Now I'm dried up from that intro. We'll get into the Weekly Review Show. So welcome back to the Weekly Review Show, everyone. For those of you who are new, this is the time where we sit down at the end of the week with our drinks, you guys too, and we'll sit and talk about how the stock market, how the precious metals market, and how all the investments have been going over the past week. And in this case, 2 weeks, because it has been a 2-week gap between the last video. So without further ado, I say that every time, without further ado, let's head into the first segment talking about all the precious metals. Alright, so let's head into the first segment talking about gold. Oh, what's this? Make sure to subscribe to the channel, everyone. It'll help you out, it'll help me out. We're nearly at 100 subs, so make sure to hit that big red subscribe button. I'm really enjoying throwing everything away today. But first we'll start off by having a good look at gold. Now gold. Gold is currently sitting at an ask price of $2,557. Warning, this is Australian dollars. And just for those US viewers, I will make it clear that this is $1,775. Now, gold over the last week, we can have a look at, or really over the last month, because that gives us a better idea of how it's been doing. Has been, quite an interesting thing to watch. We saw it spike at a low point quite earlier on in the month, over the past month, so near the start of June, and it's recovered fairly well. So we were sitting at, as again, that $2,400 an ounce mark for a while, which was fairly low for gold given its current or past cost over the last few weeks before that. I'll give you guys a look at the past month of gold. We can see over here that it did drop right there. That's near the start of June. Came up, down, and then continually up a bit more. Now, if we're looking at the live price of gold, we saw today start off pretty medium, spiked to a decent amount, then did drop a bit, and then came back up, came back down. Quite an interesting thing to look at there. And it's always interesting to figure out what's causing these different prices. I have no idea myself, but it'd be interesting to find out. For those of you who are new to the gold idea, this is what gold has looked like over the past year. This is what gold has looked like over the past 5 years. And this is what gold has looked like over the last 10 years. So you can see that it has steadily and satisfactorily grown up in price. So now we'll move on to silver, which is to some people an investment, to some people a preservation of wealth. For you, it's up to you to decide, but if you want to hear some more about that, make sure to watch the video about whether or not silver really is an investment. But silver is currently at an ask price of $26 Australian dollars and 14 cents, which is actually pretty good for silver over the past few days, and that is just over the $18 US mark, which is It's great. It's great, honestly. And if we have a look at the live price of silver, obviously silver is within the $1 of the 26 range for the whole day, obviously going down to under 26 and then up above. But we didn't see it go much higher or much lower than what it was at. Obviously that's just a matter of a few cents there. If we look over the past month, again this is still in quite small terms, but silver has done, quite, I guess you could say well, because it does trend upwards, but silver is quite a fluctuating metal. You'll see the price go up and down, whereas gold is quite steady. That is silver over the past month, as you can see. And then over the past year, you will see that we've had some spikes that have been pretty awesome, which I can show you guys there. Those spikes were really good for me, actually, because I bought when silver was quite down, near the $21 mark. And merely a few weeks after I bought in, it spiked up again. It's been staying around there. But that is really it for silver. As you can see what I mean by fluctuating up and down over the past 5 years and the past 10 years. We can see that there was a big spike back in 2011, and that was a spike to almost 75 Australian dollars an ounce, which is incredible to think about. If it went up to that price, that would be absolutely phenomenal. But that's it for silver and gold. We'll just run over the quick price of platinum and palladium. Platinum is currently at 1,177 Australian dollars per troy ounce, and palladium is currently at, if it will tell me, palladium is currently at 2,868 Australian dollars per ounce. Again, this is filmed on the 4th of July 2020, so if the price changes, obviously this will not be as accurate. Just for those of you who are wondering, I'm currently using the AGD Precious Metals app. That is the app that I use to follow the prices of my precious metals, and it is directly related. I'm not sure if it's directly related, but it's identical to Kitco, which is the most common place to look at those prices. So it's quite accurate, and it's really easy for me to use. So big shout out to the app for helping us out, and we'll move on to the next segment. I'm just going to take the quick time to thank Intrinsic Tenders for being such an amazing supporter of my channel. It really means so much to me that you guys reached out and have really helped my channel in the way that you have. So a big thanks to Intrinsic Tenders, Bars and Coins, for helping support my channel. As a new YouTuber, it really means a lot and helps support me a lot when people reach out to me like this. So thank you very much. Another big thanks to some of the members of the Silver Stackers Forum, which I'll leave a link to in the description, for helping me out in this precious metals world as well as the whole investing world. So thank you to everybody that supports me. If you guys want to follow or help support me even more, make sure to use the Amazon affiliate links in the description of this video if you're interested in buying any pieces of equipment that I use in my videos or any helpful resources in the world of investing. It would mean so much to me, so make sure to use those links in the description if you guys are interested in any of this stuff. That's all for now. Make sure to subscribe and hang in for the rest of the video. Thanks guys, let's go. Alright everyone, now we're going to be talking about some of the members of the stock exchange. So the first one that we're going to be having a look at is a share that I commonly follow. It's a ETF. It goes by the name of Core S&P 500. It's a very common ETF that a lot of people know about, and they essentially go out and buy 500 different shares in different companies. 500 total shares in 500 different companies. So one share of 500 different companies. If you guys would like to invest in S&P 500, you know, good choice in my eyes. Obviously, I'm not a financial expert or anything. You make your own decisions, but I'm just hoping to guide you guys. The symbol is IVV in the stock exchange. So IVV, let's talk about it. Over the last day, and this is all in US dollars now, IVV has started off at quite a high for its current time at 315 US dollars per share. Then we did see it go up to 316 and gradually make its way down a bit to near the 313 mark. It then hovered around there for the rest of the day and finally came to near close at 313. Now if we look at IVV over the past week, we can see that it's gone up quite a bit. Obviously it's a matter of dollars, but it's still good to see. So we've seen IVV go from starting out at about 306 down to 300 actually, and making its way all back up to that, as we said, 316 mark. So that's quite a good growth if you think about it. $3 being, you know, still looking like a fraction of 300, but you know, that's still 1% growth in about a week, which is quite good if you think about it. Most investments would yield you a very positive return of near 15-16% in my opinion and what I've experienced. And if it's 1% a week, wow, 52%. Obviously that doesn't happen, but it's been a good week for the S&P 500. If we have a look over the past month though, we have seen some negative trends in the price of it. We've seen it in the 320 marks, and that's quite high. It's near the all-time high of S&P 500. But we've seen that it's in the red figures over the past month, as you guys can see right there. Overall, past week, good. Past month, not so good. Past 3 months, you know, it recovered from its drop in March, but still, you know, near its all-time high, so not the best time to buy in my opinion. Obviously, again, not a financial expert. Make your own decisions. Next, we're just going to have a look at some very common shares in the world. Dow Jones, obviously I'm not a big expert, I don't really know much about it, but for those of you who are into the share market, I'll just mention it for you. Dow Jones has closed today at $25,827. which is a very big share price if you ask me. Maybe it's just a big one of the shares. Apple has shut at 364 US dollars per share. And I reckon that that's pretty much all the big ones I want to mention. I do also have some shares in micro investment property, but I will hold off in talking about that in this series. If you guys do want to see more about the micro investment series, make sure to come and check out the other series about micro investing and BrickX, which it's a good series to watch. I recommend it to you guys. I mean, it is my series, but it's a good one. The property will be reevaluated sometime later this week, so I'll be making a video about that, and I'm really excited to see what happens. So again, I'm stalling, make sure to check that out, and we'll just finish that off by going to the outro. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll head over now. Alright everyone, that brings us to the end of this week's episode of the Weekly Review Show. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it, and your support to this channel means so much to me, so a massive thanks. I always realize that I get to the end of the video and my drink is pretty much still full, so I'll head off and finish that now. Again, a big thanks for watching, and until next time guys, goodbye!